iRandau, where we will be discussing various issues of significant to Malaysia, to the other countries that have relation with Malaysia. So I think it's a very good platform where experts converge, discuss, check on each other what they have been doing and how they can move beyond what they have done in order to contribute to a better understanding between various community within Malaysia as well as outside of Malaysia.
Ia adalah selaras dengan moto SDG, Sustainable Development Goal 2030, iaitu Leave No One Behind. Saya fikir inilah yang digunakan oleh Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak untuk merapatkan jurang antara masyarakat bandar dan luar bandar.
Di Sarawak ni kita from bottom up. So maknanya rakyat minta dewan, kita buat dewan. Rakyat minta jambatan, kita buat jambatan. Rakyat minta rumah mereka diperbaiki, kita buat perbaiki.
Apa yang menarik di sini adalah kita melihat bajet pembangunan yang diperuntukkan dalam bajet Sarawak 2021 sebanyak 4.25 bilion. This is higher than any of other state budget itself.
Kita kena turunkan ilmu kepada orang-orang kita. Beri dia ilmu supaya dia boleh berdikari tadi.
Anda harus memahami psikososial masyarakat. Anda harus memahami apakah cara berfikir masyarakat di sini.
Jadi to have that awareness and the desire to learn tu sangat penting.
Kita jual produk, mesti ada produk hampir sama. Kalau kita tak layan customer kita bagus dengan media sosial ni, customer ada pilihan lain.
Kita bantu usahawan-usahawan untuk menjalankan ataupun meneruskan perniagaan mereka.
Kita mesti kena ada goal. Goal kena ada deadline.
As a student, I gain new knowledge and new information from this program, and even one of my lecturer did some small sharing sessions among a student to allow us to share on our experience and exchange of information about what we had learned from iRandau.
I expect this program will strengthen the role and importance of UPM as a reference center for community and university transformation. Through the university for the community approach, these initiatives will provide meaningful services to the knowledge transfer and in turn led to the well-being of the community and the improvement in the quality of life of the local community especially. In conjunction with the UPM 50th Golden Jubilee, input from the iRandau program will be gathered and published as a reference for the future generations.
Faculty of Human Ecology is committed to achieve for excellence and distinction in the field of human ecology through teaching, research, professional, and community services, in line with the mission to produce competent, ethical, visionary, and resilient graduates. Various fields of studies related to the well-being of individuals, families, and communities, from consumer studies, psychology, politics, to music. With our experts, we also collaborate with international partners to run our program internationally. Our bachelor programs are tailor-made to be the only faculty to offer holistic human development program in the country. As one of the top research university in Malaysia, UPM acknowledged our research program as the University Research Center of Excellence. Our academicians constantly gain local and international recognition and also acknowledged as experts in their fields. With knowledge, we continuously serve to the nation through various corporate social responsibility programs as part of our give back to the community.
I choose UPM University as a leading university in Malaysia and the Faculty of Human Ecology as one of the best human development studies supported by professional lecturer and staff.
I think one of the main reasons why I came to UPM's Faculty of Human Ecology is the growth in their Department of Music, particularly in the postgraduate level.
Faculty of Human Ecology UPM promises the best platform for students and researchers in pursuit of success and excellence to provide world-class human capital.
Research and innovation are important aspects to encourage the nation development. As the best private university in Indonesia, Telkom University commits to continuously contribute by providing qualified education, which producing various researches and innovation for the nation development. As a part of PT Telkom Indonesia, under Yayasan Pendidikan Telkom, Telkom University was established in 2013 and merged by 4 educational institutions. As an ICT-based campus which has the best research and innovation, Telkom University has a purpose: contribute to the nation. Vision: become research and entrepreneur university in 2023. which plays an active role in the development of information technology, base technology, science, and art. Mission: organizing and developing international standard education based on information technology. Develop, disseminate, and apply internationally recognized technology, science, and art. Utilizing technology, science, and art for the welfare and advancement of national civilization through entrepreneurial competences. Telkom University is located in Bandung, West Java Province, Indonesia, which was built on an area of 50 hectares. Telkom University currently has more than 30,000 students, both local and international, from 34 provinces in Indonesia and 87 countries. In addition, Telkom University also has more than 55,000 alumni spread across 30 countries. Telkom University has various facilities that are maximized to be able to assist lecture activities. Telkom University is currently accredited A for higher education from BANPT. To produce the best graduate who competent, competitive, and have an active role in the development of technology, science, and art. Telkom University has 7 faculties: School of Electrical Engineering, School of Industrial Engineering, School of Computing, School of Economics and Business, School of Communication and Business, School of Creative Industries, and School of Applied Science. Telkom University has 37 study programs, 7 master degree programs, 22 bachelor degree programs, 1 applied undergraduate program, and 7 associate degree. From all of the total study programs, 51% of them are accredited internationally, while 65% courses are accredited A or superior from BANPT. In realizing a research and entrepreneurial university in 2023, TELU has designed many programs to enhance the quality of education and research in terms of strategic planning. As the best university in Indonesia, which has an active role in producing qualified graduates who are competitive and can give a positive impact on the progress of the nation and country, Telkom University focuses on the threefold mission of higher education, which contain of education, research, and community service. In terms of teaching, Telkom University has implemented a curriculum based on outcome-based education, student-centered learning, which emphasizes the sustainability of learning process in an innovative, interactive, and effective way. Telkom University also has qualified and competent teaching staff in conveying learning knowledge to students. Telkom University is the first campus that declared Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka from the Ministry of Education and Culture of the Republic of Indonesia. During the COVID-19 pandemic, all the lecturing activities in Telkom University have been done online by using the learning management system, supported by application mobile center of learning and open education, which makes it easier for students and lecturers to access Siloi anywhere. Telkom University has international programs that are divided into regular program, partnership-based program, Dharma Siswa program, and short course
Ladies
program.
and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. Greetings from University Putra Malaysia Bintulu campus of Sarawak. Welcome back to the International Conference of Social Sciences and Management, iRandau 2021. For your information, ladies and gentlemen, This international conference is conducted on Zoom web conferencing platform for conference presenters and our fellow committee members. And it is also being streamed live on Facebook for our audience. So for those of you watching on Facebook Live and also YouTube, you can share this stream to your Facebook wall and hit that like button. Please also visit our Facebook page that says University Putra Malaysia Bintulu Campus and drop us a like and also share the page to your Facebook wall. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start our first slot of iRandau 2021. Before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform that all the posters for the poster presentation categories, it has been uploaded to iRandau website. That's http://irandau2021.upm.edu.my, all in lowercase. Moving forward, for the first slot of iRandau 2021, I would like to welcome our moderator for today, Dr. Aryati Alwi. Please welcome, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Ashikin, for the introduction. I am Aryati. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Everybody can listen, is it? I hope so. To all the attendees and the audience, welcome to the first sessions of iRandau 2021. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who took the time to watching us today online. We are live on Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube. So feel free to share the link to your friend or your colleague so that they can watch the conference together online. So for this session, this session is for the papers from Faculty of Humanities, Management and Science, UPM Bintulu Campus, and also our institutional partners, Telkom University Bandung, Indonesia. Selamat datang dan selamat berjumpa di alam maya. I saw Dr. Alex, I think, in the screen. So for this session, we have 14 papers for the subtopics economics and management. And if you want to know the title in detail or the sequence for the presentation, you can refer to the program books. So I think we need to proceed with how we're going to conduct this session. This session, we do a presentation first. Either it is a live presentation or pre-recorded presentation, and Q&A session. Q&A will be at the end of the session. And for the information, especially for the presenter, each presentation is limited to 10 minutes. Timekeeper, I think Mr. Peter, will ring the bell once at 8 minutes and twice at 10 minutes. So I hope that everybody will follow the time range given so that we have enough time for everybody to present and Q&A session later. And for the Q&A session, if you have questions for each presenter, you can ask through Zoom chat or Facebook or YouTube. If possible, please write the paper code, if you know the paper code, or the presenter name or short paper title, so we know that your question is directed to which presenter, because we will collect the question at the end. Okay, before we start, I hope everybody will clear how we run this session. So we go to the important agenda, which is paper presentation. Without, I hope the first presenter are ready, Dr. Nurul Hidayu. So I would like to call the first presenter, Dr. Hidayu, for the paper titled Confirmatory Factor Analysis for the Instrument of Personality, Safety, Climate and Safety Performance in the Malaysia Manufacturing Sector. Dr. Hidayu, the floor is yours.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon to all. Okay, thank you to our moderator, Dr. Ariati. Okay, I'm Dr. Nurul Hidayu binti Majuso from Faculty of Humanities, Management and Science, UPM Campus Bintulu. Okay, this is my title for conference iRandau. The title is about confirmatory factor analysis CFA for the instrument of personalities, safety climate, safety performance in the Malaysian manufacturing sectors. Okay. The authors for this paper consist of me as the main authors and my fellow friends from UPM itself, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Ibrani, Dr. Yasmin, Dr. Nurul Nadwa, and also from UTM, University Technology Malaysia, Associate Professor Dr. Aisyah Panati. Okay, first we look at to the aim of this paper. Okay, the aim of this paper is to test the validity and reliability of the instrument in the study of personality, safety climate, safety performance in the Malaysia, specifically in the electric and electronic manufacturing sectors. Okay, the first instrument for this study is about safety climate. Okay, this safety climate using instrument safety climate scale SCS by Wu et al. 2007. Okay, this instrument consists of 46 items and they have 5 dimensions, namely CEO safety commitment and action, manager safety commitment and action, employee safety commitment and action, perceived risk and emergency response. Okay, in this research, we define the safety climate as employee perception of safety practice in the workplace. So it's measured using SCS, Safety Climate Scale by Wu et al. 2007. Okay, the next instrument for this study is mini IPIP. Mini International Personality Item Pool IPIP by Donnellan et al. 2006. Okay. Actually, this instrument original from the International Personality Item Pool IPIP-BF by Goldberg 1999. It consists of 50 items questionnaire, but it was shortened to the 20 items. And it's consists 5 traits, which is openness to experience, conciseness, extrovertness, agreeableness, and neuroticism. And the last instrument for this paper is Safety Performance Scale, SPS. SPS by Wu et al. 2008. Okay. Safety performance was defined in this research is refer to the level of situation or level situation of the safety in the workplace. And SPF consists of 39 items and consists of 6 dimensions, namely safety, organization and management, safety equipment and measures, safety training practice, safety training evaluations, accident investigation, and last, accident statistic. Okay, so we look at to the method of the study. Okay, in this study, we test the measurement model on the study instrument through SAM-PLS, partial least square, using Smart PLS software version 3. So analysis of this instrument was conducted by performing 4 types of this test, okay, which is construct validity analysis, construct reliability analysis, convergent validity analysis, as well as discriminatory validity analysis, in order to filter the best item that can be represent the construct in the study. Okay, we look at to the first analysis, construct validity analysis. Okay, in construct validity analysis, we use the factor loading. To test whether all items are loaded to the right factors or not. So, according to the Grano et al. 2007, there are various suggestions to assess the acceptable level for factor loading based on the literature. So one of the suggestions is based on the Hare et al. 1998 that mentioned sample size of more than 130 is practical to use cut-off loading factors at seed of 0.5. Okay. So this is a construct validity analysis for safety climate scale. Okay. The result for the analysis found that all items in the 5 dimension of safety climate have been loaded to match the factor value of the acceptable factor loading, which is more than 0.5. So we choose to retain all the items in the safety climate dimension for further analysis. Okay, next, this is a construct validity for personality. Okay, the result found that all items in the personality dimension also have a value loading factors exceed 0.5. So it indicates that personality traits have a good construct for validity for further analysis. Okay, this is a construct validity analysis for safety performance scale. Okay. Okay, the results show that factor loading for safety performance scale in the safety performance scale SPS is exceed 0.5, except for two items. My management started writing their safety policy, and also for the pathway always need orderly. So value factors loading must be exceed 0.5 as suggested by Hare et al. 1998. Okay, so we remove these two items for further analysis, and the factor loading for the safety performance after we remove these two items is above 0.5. Okay, next, the analysis is construct reliability analysis. Okay, based on the previous study that's involved PLS-SAM analysis, construct reliability measurement are usually tested through the internal consistency method. So, based on Hare et al. 2012, internal consistency analysis was decided by Cronbach alpha CA and composite reliability values CR. So after we based on the analysis, we found that the result of the CR and CA for safety climate, bit 5 personality and safety performance is above 0.7. So this analysis confirmed the existence of internal consistency in this study. Okay, next analysis is convergent validity analysis. Okay, convergent validity analysis refers to the extent to which groups of items represent a construct. Okay, in PLS, convergent validity is measured through the value of average variance AVE, And according to Hare et al. 1998, suggests that AVE value for each item in the construct must be exceed 0.5. So based on the analysis, the result of convergent validity analysis value for all instrument of this study was exceed 0.5. So it's proof the existence of convergent validity for this study. Okay, the next analysis is discriminatory validity analysis. Okay, this is last analysis for this paper. Okay, this discriminatory validity analysis refer to the extent to which each construct differ from each construct. And in PLS, discriminatory validity was measured using cross-loading factors. Okay, so the cross-loading factors method is made between the construct and the item in the model. So the assessment made is the cross-loading factor, cross-loading value of the item measured with the match construct should have higher value. Higher value than the matching value with other constructs. Okay, so based on this validity analysis, we found that
Dr. Hidayu, you have 1 minute extra for presentation.
Okay, we have we found that cross-loading value to be higher than the matched construct and is proof the existence of the discriminatory validity of this study. Okay, as a summary, I conclude that 2 items from SPS had to be discarded to confirm the model was fit, and while for the safety climate scale and mini IP was be maintained, and this is for final version of the instrument. Safety climate scale we have 46 items, mini IP instrument we have 20 items, and for the safety performance scale we have 37 items. Since we had to discard 2 items from safety performance scale when we conducted construct validity analysis. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hidayu, for the presentation. Refresh everything about analysis. So for the next presentation, I just want to remind all the presenter, the secretariat will send your e-certificate via email. So you will get from them, I think after the session or after the conference. So for the next presentation, it is a pre-recorded presentation. If you have question, you can ask later. Okay. So for the next presentation, it is a pre-recorded presentation. Let us watch together the pre-recorded presentation for the paper titled Applying the Theory of Plant Behavior to Healthy Eating Intention Among Malaysian Adults. So I think they're going to show the video. Sorry, technical part, we cannot hear the video. I hope you can start all over again.
Ms. Mawati from University Putra Malaysia, representing my friends, to present on our paper entitled Applying the Theory of Planned Behavior to Healthy Eating Intention Among Malaysian Adults. This is the contents of my presentation. So there is rising awareness among Malaysians on the importance of healthy eating habits. A recent research by Food Industry Asia reported that 99% of Malaysians are interested in practicing healthy eating habits and to improve their food consumption. This can be translated into a premise that Malaysians are getting more health conscious. In addition, the Malaysian government via the Ministry of Health has executed numerous campaigns on promoting healthy eating habits. These are some of the campaigns promoted by the Ministry of Health. However, despite the rising awareness and the various programs implemented to promote healthy eating, it seems to be unsuccessful in achieving the desired behavior. The ill health conditions may be explained by the changes in modern lifestyle, such as sedentary lifestyle, and also the increase of screen-based activities. This can be also seen by the key findings from the National Health Mobility Survey, the recent one in 2019. The NCD, including diabetes, hypertension, and cholesterol, are on the rise. With 3.4 million people in Malaysia currently live with at least two major risk factors. In terms of the obesity and overweight, the prevalence of overweight obesity showed that half of the adults in Malaysia were overweight or obese. And we can see that 95% of Malaysian adults fail to eat, based on the recommendation of the daily amount of bulk fruits and vegetables. And when we talk about sedentary lifestyle, 1 in 4 of the adults in Malaysia are not active enough. So, the alarming statistic posits that most people may not have transformed their awareness into healthier eating habits. In response to this gap between awareness and behavior, the best important concern is to develop some basis for understanding the behavior towards healthy eating. So one of the best theory in predicting the behavioral actions is the theory of planned behavior developed by Edson. The theory proposed that people are more likely to engage in specific behavior when they have high intention to do so. So intention is directly driven by three independent variables, attitude, subjective norm, and the perceived behavioral control. So attitude is the degree to which a person has a favorable or unfavorable evaluation of the behavior, while subjective norm is the importance of others' perception, whether to perform or not to perform the desired behavior, and the willingness to comply to those reference. And finally, the perceived behavioral control is the individual's perceived risk, perceived of ease or difficulty in performing a specific intention or behavior. So these three constructs are proposed to influence behavior through intention. So in the absence of behavior, which is quite difficult to measure, we will use intention as the dependent variable or the endogenous construct. These are some of the selected literature review on the application of TPB in healthy eating using the in healthy eating. And we can see the role of attitude. So some studies indicated that attitude is the strongest predictor. While a number of studies concluded that attitude is not statistically significant. So this is the role of PBC and subjective norm. Okay. We can see that, right? From the literature, some studies consistently concluded that subjective norm is the least influential predictor of intention to eat healthily. So the objective of this study is to identify significant factors influencing Malaysian healthy eating intention with the application of the theory of planned behavior. For the research methodology, we will use the theory of planned behavior developed by Edson, okay, but without the behavior, right? So we will use the intention as the DV or the endogenous constructs, and the three exogenous constructs are attitude, subjective norm, and PBC. So we hypothesize that, okay, the attitude, subjective norm, and PBC has significant, right, and positively influencing the intention to eat healthily. For the research design, 1,719 participants participate in this survey, and we use the systematic random sampling in which the fifth consumers entering the supermarket or the shopping mall, they will be approached and asked to respond to our questionnaire. Okay, so we will use the SPSS version 23. Okay, to analyze the descriptive, reliability, and the multiple linear regression. So these are the results. Okay, more than half of the respondents were female, okay, young adults below 30 years old, okay, and married. Okay, and consistent with the population's distribution of ethnicity, okay, 62.5% of the respondents were Malay, followed by Chinese, Indian, and other ethnics. Okay. And when we talk about the personal income, okay, majority or more than 60%, okay, of the respondents were moderate income earners, okay, which has personal income of 1,500 to less than 5,000. Okay, so these are the descriptive statistics of the consort and the Cronbach's alpha. We will use the Cronbach's alpha coefficient, okay, to measure the internal consistency. So the results indicate that the values are ranging from 0.81 to 0.95, indicating good to excellent internal reliability. These are the main results. Okay, so the adjusted R square, okay, indicates that, okay, more than half, or 56.7% of the variance in healthy eating, okay, was explained by the three exogenous constructs, including attitude, perceived behavioral control, and subjective norm. Okay, and ANOVA results indicate that the model is significant at 0.01 level of significance. And for the coefficient, okay, we can see that attitude is the most important or the strongest predictor of intention, and the least predictor of intention, influential predictor of intention, is subjective norm. So from the result, okay, we can say that, okay, since the PB has been applied extensively in the literature, so it would be a perfect model in explaining the intention towards healthy eating in the absence of behavior. Okay. So our study found that, okay, all three exogenous constructs, okay, have positive and significant relationship to the healthy eating intention. So this is in line with previous studies. Okay, for example, indicated by Paul V, okay, Connor and Norman, Brower and Mosek. Okay, and from the main ratings of all items, okay, in the questionnaire, we can see that respondent had highly positive attitude and intention. And this indicates that, okay, the promotion of healthy eating should focus on strengthening the positive attitudinal factors, since attitude is the most important predictor of healthy eating intention. And the highlights on the importance of healthy eating should be focused on the its nature, okay, as a tool to prevent chronic disease, okay, to improve overall physical health, to keep an ideal weight, and to feel good about themselves. In addition, BBC also plays an important role, okay, in explaining the healthy eating intention. So the promotion should focus on healthy eating to be considered on strengthening the people's self-control. And we can see from the results that subjective norm was the least influential predictor. So it suggests that in adult health, other people's expectation may not an important role in influencing people to eat healthily. So to conclude, okay, this study provides better insights in understanding the factors influencing healthy eating intention, and further studies should consider adding more variables, okay, other than the ones components, okay, the components in the healthy eating behavior, to explain better, okay, the gap between the high intention, the poor actual behaviors in healthy eating. Okay. So these are the references, okay, used in this study. And with that, I wrap my presentation. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching the pre-recorded presentation. If you have question, you can ask because the author are available to answer it later. So we move to the next presenter. You have to skip the third papers because the presenter are not available. So we move to the fourth paper, which is tracing the growth of Sarawak paper. I would like to call Dr. Adrian to present his paper. Dr. Adrian.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ariati. Can you see my slide?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Let me. Okay, so this is actually from the project that we did. This is our group members and also with one of the graduate students that we have. So this is basically a paper just to look at the growth of paper, especially from 1990 in Sarawak, and then up to 2019 are the data that we have been using for this analysis. As we all may know that paper is known as the king of spice, and papers are mostly cultivated in the tropics, such as in the countries like Vietnam, Brazil, Indonesia, India, and also Malaysia. And the best climate in which it is cultivated at the place where the temperature is around 23 to 32 degrees Celsius, and with a rainfall of 2,000 to 3,000 millimeter a year. So normally in paper planting, they will plant it at the slopey of the hill, basically because of the we want to prevent waterlogs. And in Malaysia, paper was actually brought in back in the 15th century, but it was brought to Sarawak by the Brooke government in 1840s. And at that time, they were planting it mainly in the Bau area. And since then, we have seen that many of the locals are interested in this spice. And then we can see that by 1970s, the industry is well established in Sarawak. And then today, as we know that paper is mostly, just a moment. I was trying to click my slideshow. Okay. Yes. So Sarawak is the main producer of paper in Malaysia, and we know that 98% of our production is in Sarawak. So thus we are all familiar with the term Sarawak paper, and it is also known because of the quality. And we know that as far as a production, about 90% of the production will go to the export market. And according to Esteban et al., there are some issues, and this has been a long issues as far as paper is concerned in Sarawak. Basically, the main problem that we are facing today is about the disease, and this is why is the reason that as we see later on, there are decrease in production, and also the competition that we face from other major producer that we have today, and we have to compete with that at the international market. And also we noticed that in 2015, that was the time when the global paper price is at record high at 45,000 per ton. And then, of course, before that, it is always lingering around 20,000 ringgit per ton. But in 2015, we saw that it is a double increase. And this has attracted a lot of smallholders to be involved in this. And in one of the research, they found that in Malaysia, that is partly the reason why there is a growth, especially in terms of area of growth, that we can see a lot of people are interested in planting paper. But we also know that with price decrease, as we know what happened after that, it is something that will affect the profit, especially for smallholders. And with the oversupply that we have, we will experience that demand is basically cannot compete with the supply. And as pointed out, price drop did discourage farmers into increasing production because they don't see, when we talk about that, it is talking about the cost has become relatively high as compared to the profit that they get from paper. So this has discouraged some of the farmers, as we can see post 2015. And the non-food usage of papers is also, although it's not a big chunk of what the industry is, but it is something that can sustain at least the industry, according to Khalid et al. Okay, so as now, the objective of this study is basically to measure the growth of paper. So we are looking at the years from 1990. This is the time when Malaysia begin to lose out as compared to the other countries that are coming after that, especially Vietnam is a country that start to grow, grow their, they have a paper plantation that is quite big, and until today, Vietnam is still the leading producer of paper. So here we are measuring growth in terms of these 4 different areas. First, in terms of the area, we're looking at measure how big is the cultivation area, and then in terms of production, I think these two are interrelated, and then we look at the local consumption, and then at the export market. So basically, we are using this model in measuring the growth, compound annual growth rate, basically measured using this formula, y equal to AB to the power of x. And each of the variable there is measured using this formula. So basically, I just go to a simplified version of the model. We're looking at the ending value over the beginning value, and that is to the power of 1 over n. N will be the number of years, so and then minus 1. And over the 30-year period, we will divide it further into 3 different periods, basically the 1990s, 2000, and then after 2000, we want to see at each of the decade how has the growth been. So this is basically the result that we got from the data. We took the data from these are secondary data, in which we get it from the Malaysian paper board. And as you can see here, there are the 4 variables that we look at: the area, production, consumption, and exports. And the first decade, which is from 1990 to 1999, if you look at the areas, we are experiencing negative growth over there. And in terms, this is also the same as production. Like I said, the production will directly impact the export market. As you can see there, it's all negative. So the only thing that is increasing over this period of time is basically consumption. So there is an increase in terms of consumption, although we cannot say that the domestic market is a big market, but in terms of consumption, there are many people consume paper. And then moving to the next decade, in terms of area, we have seen some growth. This is basically when the paper industry encourage farmers to come back to planting paper. But it is interesting to note in terms of total production, it is still a negative. If you look at this, this is what I said earlier on, that there are some things like pest, like disease, that are affecting the production side. So although in terms of area of planting or cultivation, we can see there's an increase, but in terms of production, we see that it's decreasing. And this is the same even in the 1990s. As you can see that, I don't know, I'll come to that later on. But in the 70s, we know that Malaysia is the leading producer of paper, along with Indonesia. And today we are still producing, but we are way down to number 7, as you can see in this figure. Vietnam is the major producer, and Indonesia is still up there. And then followed by closely by Brazil.
Yes. You have 1 minute to present.
Okay. So coming back to this one, in 2010 to 2019, we can see that there's a growth in terms of area, but again, in terms of production and export, it is negative. This is just complementing the table that I have, that shows that in terms of area of production, it is increasing, and then the production is decreasing. And the same thing, this is the export, and also in consumption, it is increasing. So basically, this is basically the price over the 30 years period. So you can see in 2015 is the highest. And then today we are experiencing more than 50% drop since 2015. So in conclusion, I just say that Malaysia need to maintain a consistent growth in terms of production and export, while aiming to protect the local smallholders from the effect of price fluctuations. We can see that growth in terms of consumption and planting area was increasing, but in terms of production, it is decreasing. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Adrian, for the presentation. If you have question, you can write it in the comment section. We will collect later and ask at the end of the session. For the next paper, I would like to call the presenter for paper Penan Community Satisfaction Towards Infrastructure Facilities, a case study at Murun Resettlement Site, Belaga, Sarawak. Who are the presenter for this paper?
Thank you, Prof.
Okay.
Good. Salam sejahtera. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah. Good afternoon. Salam sejahtera. Actually, I introduce myself. Modin and Ambao. I was going to present my paper during this conference. Before that, I would like to thanks to the organizer to give me opportunity to this afternoon to present the paper, and then my paper, the one I'm going to share is about the Penan Community Satisfaction Towards Infrastructure Facility, a case study at Murum Resettlement Site, Belaga, Sarawak. Before I proceed, can you see my slide?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. This is my paper. Can you hear? Penan Community Satisfaction Toward Infrastructure Facility, a case study at Murum Resettlement Site at Belaga, Sarawak. Before I proceed with my presentation, I want to thanks to my colleague, Professor Madya, Dr. Fariksat Azan Zaki, Dr. Maulana Magiman, and Dr. Diana for help me in one way or another towards for this study. This is a presentation outline. The following is about what I'm going to share for this afternoon. First is about introduction. In this point, I want to talk about the demographic backgrounds of the Penan that were relocated to the
We have technical issue. We wait for the presenter because presenter have connection problem, I think. So I hope the presenter can continue. Give time to him. Mr. Modin, we cannot hear you. Please unmute. You are mute right now.
Can you hear? Can you see my slide?
Yes, we can.
Can I?
Yes.
Okay, where I stop? Introduction, right? Okay, proceed with the introduction. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, on that time, around 192 households which consists of 25 Penan from Long Tangau, Long Wat, Long Menapa, relocate to the Metalun resettlement site. Okay, the others is from Long Wat and Long Malim were relocated to the Tegulang resettlement site. Okay, as you know, moving to the residential area is not that easy. Okay, you need to adapt to the new environment. That is the reason why the government need to set up the new infrastructure, new settlement site to providing investor facility to the community at the resettlement site was not only a way to ease their living condition, but also has a composition for agreeing to relocate to MRS. Okay, the quality of the facility is vital and should be in line with the community socioeconomic needs, besides ensuring that they are satisfied and feel worthwhile for sacrificing towards Murum Dam. Okay, I'm going to the objective of the study. Okay, there are three objectives of the study. Okay, number one is to examine the satisfaction of the community toward investigate the satisfaction level towards selected infrastructure facility at MRS. And the third one is to determine the performance of satisfaction level between the selected infrastructure facility. Okay, there are a list of the infrastructure facility that access. There are 10 construct. Okay, size of quality of the house, clean water resources, electricity supply, education facility, health facility, communication facility, sport facility, and religious facility. This is some of the example of the facility. Okay, the study area and the methodology where we conduct the study. Okay, here is the Sarawak map, if you can see here. Okay, where the study site. Okay, if you have been to here, okay, this is the study area. Okay, here is Tegulang resettlement site. Okay, Tegulang resettlement site located around 60 kilometer from the junction highway of Bakun Bintulu. It took about 6 hours from Bintulu using the vehicle. Okay, this one is a Metalun resettlement site located as up the river, up of the main dam. It's around 100 kilometer from the main junction of Bintulu Bakun highway. Okay, it took about 7 hours to 8 hours from Bintulu. Okay, Metalun is took about 7 to 8 hours from Bintulu. Okay.
Be patient, we're still waiting because we have a connection problem right now, I think. This is the beauty of online conference. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it is not on our side. We have to wait for the presenter to resume. Where is Mr. Morin? Still waiting for him.
We have quite an issue today for the connection problem, I think.
That's why.
A few of us.
Still waiting for him. We have to wait or if not, okay, we need to proceed, I think, because wait for a while, because if not, we need to proceed with the next presenter, and Mr. Modin will present at the end of the session because we don't want to wait, and if he's still having problem, and give him time to find the best area or location so they can continue later. I think we need to proceed. Okay, the committee maybe have you can contact the presenter so to inform them that he will continue his presentation at the end of the after all presentation later. Okay, we need to proceed because I'm afraid that we will be dragging. Okay, so the next is from the Telkom University, our partners in this conference. I would like to call the first presenter, Dr. Alex. I think Dr. Alex, is it?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, Dr. Alex, thank you for stay with us from the morning. I think I saw your name.
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to call Dr. Alex to present his paper titled "The Effect of Psychological Contract Fulfillment and Spirituality in the Workplace Towards Lecturer Performance in Research." Dr. Alex, the floor is yours.
Okay. I try my share screen. I don't share. Yes. I don't share my screen.
Yeah, we cannot see your screen, Doctor.
Yeah. Sorry. No, you can see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Thank you very much, moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself. First, my name is Alex Winarno, and my partner at the time here also Ms. Denny Hermana. Today, on this occasion, I will explain to all of you about my research called Psychological Contract Fulfillment and Spiritual Understanding in Private University as a source for work engagement, yeah, and performance research in research. This background about my research, that technology can change demand more active role for university, especially in producing more applicable research. Research in developing countries is lagging behind. Yeah, university ranking and impact factor ranking are occupied by developed countries, and this is.
Dr. Alex, are you sharing your slide or the screen? The desk.
You can see my slide.
We don't see the slide now.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Saya coba lagi. No, you can see.
No.
Oh, saya coba dulu ya. Mana nih? No, you can see, Miss.
Yes, now.
Okay, yeah. In Indonesia context, the list of the best research products is still occupied by state university. This is very important. The research capability in private university has not met expectation. Yeah, this is a problem of courses in private university. Yeah, methodological weakness. Yeah, psychological contraction understanding developed as problem. Yeah, weak discourses idea of weak quality management, weak system research and procedure. Yeah, lack of human resources. Yeah, research expenditure. Yeah, this is very important. Yeah, research expenditure. Yeah, and the form and the form and character quality of higher education management are not in accordance with academic works. Yeah, both teaching, research, and especially quality control and assurance. Yeah. Then, research has a strategic function for the development of science and civilization. Yes, research can drive change in society and humanity. Yeah? The role of higher education as a professional organization driven by academic values and norms. Yeah? This is important. Yeah, the priority of higher education is to restructure the higher education system toward highest performance. And education reform encourage change in the role of lecturer to researchers. Yeah. Then an effective approach up to helping educator become researcher through professional learning. Yeah. Then lecturers are required to have adequate competency. Yeah. Have high involvement in research, have new idea outlined in research. Yeah, this is very important. Yeah. The fact is the lecturers at private university are more involved teaching than researching. Yeah, this is a dilemma because teaching more than research. Yeah, so the performance of lecture in research is very low. Very low. Yeah, research performance requires support from internal and external source. Yeah. Then research performance requires full involvement, such as searching a journal and others. Yeah, this is about spirituality. Spirituality has a deep meaning for the religious tradition Eastern society. Spirituality a more subjective and transcendental resource. Yeah, spirituality is Asian context reduce the contra understanding of spirituality different and different tradition. Yeah, the contraction and definition of spirituality is multidimensional. Yeah, from spirituality development based on religious approach. Yeah, so spirituality and religion as subject are closely related to human history. Yeah, the form of religious understanding. Yeah, because becomes a problem. Yeah, if action based on reason. Yeah, spirituality has transcendental meaning that is a source to encourage involvement in work and performance. But it's really studied in deep. Jadi masih langka gitu ya. Research on research productivity STEM is still rare ya. Masih langka. Itu alasannya ya. Then verification of the position and of spirituality in the workplace need to be done in effort of plan, explain, and performance. Yeah, spirituality, moderate religion, opinion from me, Altap, spirituality is a new paradigm that emerged in higher education institution. This topic is interest to study. This research purpose, produce a framework that can reinforce the position of spirituality in the Eastern tradition to encourage performance. Then expanding the framework for optimizing the function of spirituality into work life in university without ignoring view spirituality based on religious doctrine in Eastern tradition. And then analysis the effects psychological contact fulfillment and spirituality understanding and practice in private university as a source for work adjustment and performance in research among lecturer, especially in private universities. This is a hypothesis, hypothesis alternative one, PGF is positive. This background theoretical, used to develop hypothesis, In the hypothesis two, PCF has positive effect on performance, background theoretical. And the hypothesis three, background theoreticalnya, hypothesis four, spirituality has a positive influence on job performance, from it. The interest spirituality in the workplace has led to develop of various theories based on various religions. Hypothesis alternative 5. This is a concept 12 framework yang PCF and spiritual is a source of work engagement and research performance among lecturer in private universities. Methods, this research use method explanation survey. The research population is a permanent lecturer for private university in the province of West Java and Banten. Number samples, this distribution questionnaire, as structural conception using Google form, to 500 Excel, with the possibility extreme data, the result analysis to collect data, so 300,000, 310, the analysis step refer to Boolean and logs, namely model specification, model estimation, estimation fit test, and model specification. This is result. This is a GR and FE variable psychological, and this value CR and FE, and this is for variable performance and research. Based on the result of GOP test, it's so that there are several criterion that have not met. The model fully show good confirmation based. So the researcher made improvement to model by removing several samples that we read outliners. So the result improved, so conformity with observation. This result of structural model parameter. After testing the measurement model and testing the structural equation model, that fits and bold the next step to examine the relation between construct with according to the purpose hypothesis. Relation. Discussion. The construction of spirituality that has caused much debate cannot be separated from the underlying value structure in the traditional Eastern society. The construction of the dimension of spirituality proposed by Williams. Sorry. Yeah. Namely, meaningful words. Self-consistency align with organization value. Consistency meaning can be accepted as a comprehensive paradigm of spirituality in the workplace in the perspective of Eastern society, such as Indonesian context. Then spirituality is religiously, which means transcendental and become a source of value individual. Individual trust organization life determinant. That involve of lecture and this work in their work. Even some private university don't buy properly, which has a potential to cause ineffective work environment. In this condition, spiritual become a resource for work engagement. There is ineffective the workplace because it's separated spirituality and religion in workplace. Opinion from Andawinia. Then spirituality as a source of support with agent. Opinion from Peltonen. The form of religious understanding become a problem if it is not based religion. Spirituality in Eastern tradition is a part of resource of work for work engagement. Religion doctrine is placed inclusively by providing expectation for organization life that are harmony with its other, with the wide high community ownership. Without community ownership, absolutism will emerge, which can part religion. Function and meaning for the working life, the organization.
Doctor, you have 1 minute.
Okay, thank you. Religion as a complement spiritual. Individual isolated limited developing creativity to seek novelty and science research. Then examine ini existential religion approach spirituality related to the involvement and quality of the reducing manipulating and incorrect ethical legitimation. Conclusion: work engagement can improve performance along as it is driven by PCF and spirituality. The implementation of the research is the integrated, the participated, and understanding of spirituality in Indonesia context into research activity of lecture, especially in private university. Limitation research is where on campus the private university institution yang located in urban area. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Alec, for the interesting, especially the spiritual part, which you blend it in the management studies. But it's quite interesting, and this is for me. This is very meaningful when we add the spiritual in our daily activities. So for the next presentation, it is a I think pre-recorded video presentation. So I will like call the okay, we will watch together. I hope the technical part already. We watch the paper for the effect of website quality on trust, on customer loyalty, on Tix ID in Bandung by Alia Nabila and Mahir Pradana.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Alia Nabila, student of Business Administration, Faculty of Communication and Business, Telkom University. Today, I would like to thanks for the opportunities that has been given me to present my research with the title The Effect of Website Quality and Trust on Customer Loyalty on Tix ID on in Bandung. Next, the development of technology in digital era is growing rapidly. Technology server as a means or system that provides comfort and convenience for humans. The emergence of technology providers many benefits just as the internet can make it easier for users to do an activity quickly and briefly. And this is the research published in 2020 by We Are Social and Hootsuite show that there are 175.4 million internet users in Indonesia. Based on Indonesian total population of 2,172.1 million people, then that means that 62% of Indonesian people have felt access to internet. Next slide. According to the Association of Internet Service Providers, Internet users are every resident who is connected to the Internet either using an Internet connection such as a smartphone, laptop, or personal computer. And the survey result percentage of Internet users based on the number of residents of the provincial capital in Java. The percentage of internet user comes from Serang, which is 100%. The second position is Jakarta Raya, 85%. Third, Surabaya, 83%. Then Bandung, 82.5%. And the last, Semarang and Yogyakarta City, 20%. The use of the internet for business interests began to grow rapidly, such as the emergence of various types of startups that rely heavily on the internet, namely mobile commerce. One of its activity is mobile commerce is mobile ticketing. Through mobile ticketing, customer can make reservation to make ticket payment only via smartphone. Ticketing is currently used in various activities in the field of service such as flight ticket, train ticket, concert ticket, and cinema tickets. One of the benefits of online ticket sales in fact manufacturers who initially had to quit, but after mobile ticketing, cinema ticket can be purchased only through smartphone anytime and anywhere easily and quickly. PT Nusantara Elang Sejahtera as a company that manages Cinema 21 and Premier Cinema in several cities in Indonesia strive to provide the best to its customer through only ticket sales that can be purchased through the Tix ID application. Tix ID is a platform that offers convenience for customers to buy movie tickets. And this is the logo and home view Tix ID. Online cinema ticket purchase not only Tix ID. There are also other types of applications such as Cinema 21, CGV, Cinema Indonesia, and Book My Show. Tix ID have high hash rating. One the reason Tix ID have the high hash rating because Tix ID is recommended application. But behind the high rating owned by Tix ID, many users of the application have problem with poor experience in using the Tix ID application. Problem with poor experience can impact the Tix ID customer loyalty, and this customer complain about the use of Tix ID application. This is a problem that must be solved by Tix ID. And next, methodology. This research uses a quantitative approach with descriptive analysis and causality. This study used multiple linear regression analysis. The sampling technique we use in this study is non-probability sampling with purpose sampling type. The research sample used many as 1,000 response with scientific response criteria, namely customer who have download and transaction through the TixID application. And this is the mind map research. The hypothesis in this research is point one, website quality partial effect customer loyalty on TixID application user in Bandung. Point two, trust partial effect customer loyalty on TixID application user in Bandung. And three, website quality and trust simultaneous effect customer loyalty on TixID application user in Bandung. And next slide, this is simultaneous. And the result is, based on the table, the calculation obtained is 238.896 is greater than 3090, and the significant level is 0.0 is less than 0.05. So it can be concluded from the calculation that website quality and trust significantly influence customer loyalty. And next slide is Partia. Based on the table, the t-test between website quality and customer loyalty obtained 2.40 is greater than 1.984, and the significant level is 0.044 is less than 0.05. For calculation, it can be concluded that partially there is a significant effect of the website quality and customer loyalty. The t-test between trust and customer loyalty obtained a value for 11.103 is greater than 1.984, and a significant level is 0.0 is less than 0.05. From this calculation, it can be concluded that partially this is a significant effect of trust on customer loyalty. And the next slide is conclusion. Based on the result of research and discussion that has been previously stated about effect of website quality and trust on customer loyalty of TixID application user in Bandung. Based on the result of descriptive analysis, website quality on user of TixID application in Bandung include the category is very good, variable trust, and customer loyalty belong to the good category. The result of simultaneous hypothesis test, variable website quality and trust have a positive and significant effect on customer loyalty. And next suggestion. TixID should continue to pay attention and improve the quality of website. TixID should maintain the trust that has been instilled by customers. And TixID should increase customer loyalty by improving the quality of the website and always maintaining customer trust. Thank you.
Thank you for attention or listening this presentation. Quite interesting, especially the trust. We know that the trust is very important in any business world. So without trust, quite difficult for us to get loyalty from our customer. For the next, I show the pre-recorded presentation also for the paper title, The Effect of Free Shipping and Online Customer Review on Purchase Decision at Shopee, by Regista Dewi Ambawati and Maher Pradana.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introducing myself, my name is Regista Dewi Ambawati. I'm from Telkom University. On this occasion, I will present the result of my research entitled The Effect of Free Shipping and Online Customer Review on Purchase Decision at Shopee. In the current era of globalization, technological development in Indonesia are growing rapidly. This has an impact on the pattern of people's life, one of which is in the economic field. Changes in shopping patterns that previously came directly to the store to be online without meeting face-to-face have become commonplace among the public. In addition, online shopping service providers must also prepare the right strategy to retain customers by following trends among consumers and always improving e-commerce service so that consumers feel satisfied. Free shipping and online customer review are the main concerns of consumers to choose an online shopping service provider, which influences their purchasing decisions. Purchasing decisions is a process by which consumers recognize the problem, seek information about a particular product and brand, and evaluate how well each alternative can solve the problem. Sales promotion is a form of direct persuasion through the use of various incentives that can be arranged to stimulate product purchases immediately or increase the number of items purchased by customers. Sales promotion tools include coupons, deals, discount contents, sweepstakes, samples, trading stamps, point of purchase displays, and rebates. Online customer reviews are reviews given by consumers related to information from evaluating a product about various aspects. With this information, consumers can get the quality of the product they are looking for from reviews and experiences written by consumers who have bought products from online sellers. The object of this research is Shopee. Shopee is an online shopping platform that is adapted to the lifestyle of users in each region. The reason the author examines this online shopping platform is because Shopee has various strategies that are able to attract the attention of consumers, one of which is free shipping. Shopee provides various free shipping coupons that can be used by a consumer with a certain minimum spending limit. In addition, Shopee also provides a product review column with photo and video features so that consumers can be more easily see which products are in accordance with their wishes. Based on the description, the author is interested in researching the field of e-commerce, especially in the strategy of free shipping, online customer reviews, and purchasing decision, which can support an e-commerce to continue to support in conditions of increasingly fierce competition. This research uses a quantitative approach with descriptive and causal analysis. This study uses multiple This research uses a quantitative approach with descriptive and causal analysis. This study uses multiple linear regression analysis. The sampling technique used in this research is non-probability sampling with purposive sampling type. The research sample used 100 respondents with predetermined respondent criteria, namely consumers who have made purchases at Shopee. According to respondent responses to free shipping on Shopee, the percentage value is 76.68% and is included in the good category. This shows that the free shipping that Shopee offers to consumers is good. Based on respondents' response to online customer reviews at Shopee, the percentage value was 78.60% and was included in the good category. This shows that the online customer reviews on Shopee are good. And the last, according to respondent responses to purchasing decision at Shopee, they get a percentage value of 77.83% and are included in good category. This shows that Shopee has implemented the 6 dimensions of purchasing decision well. The regression equation is obtained as you can see in the screen. According to this equation, it can be concluded that there is positive or an interactional effect between the free shopping and online customer review with purchasing decision. This means that if free shopping and online customer review increase, then the purchasing decisions will increase. F-test result, the calculation obtained as you can see in the screen. So it can be concluded from the calculation that free shopping and online customer review significantly influence purchasing decisions. Based on the table, the t-test between free shipping as x1 and purchasing decision as y obtained t-count is bigger than t-table, and the significance level is smaller. From this calculation, it can be concluded that partially there is a significant effect of the free shipping on purchasing decisions. The t-test between online customer review as x2 and purchase decision as y obtain a value for t-count is bigger than t-table, and significant level is smaller. From this calculation, it can be concluded that partially there is significant effect of online customer review on purchasing decisions. So the conclusion of this research, according to the results of descriptive study of variables free shipping, online customer review, and purchasing decision, belong to the good category. At the same time, free shipping as X1 and online customer review as X2 have a positive and significant impact on Shopee's purchase decision. Meanwhile, some measurement variables composed of free shipping as X1 and online customer review as X2 affect the purchase decision of Shopee. The better the free shipping than can store provides, the more consumers make purchasing decisions. Similarly, about online customer review, if the online customer review offered by the store to consumers is good, consumers' purchasing decisions will increase. I think that's all. Thank you for your kind attention. Sorry for the inconvenience. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you for watching with us. It is quite interesting topic. Actually, from the study, it is I myself normally will check online review first before I engage with any Shopee shop, because that is important. If there's too many 1 star, so I'm not going to deal with that shop actually in Shopee. So for the next, I will there is also video presentations for the paper titled The Effect of Knowledge Sharing on Employees' Performance at PT Haliora Power Region 1 Jawa Barat by Gita Ambaraidi, Bakruddin Saleh Lieutenant. I hope I pronounce it correctly.
Hi everyone, here I will present the result of my research, but before that, let me introduce myself first. My name is Gita Ambariani. I come from Business Administration, Faculty of Communication and Business, Telkom University, Indonesia. Okay, in this presentation, we will discuss about the effect of knowledge sharing on employee performance at PT Haliopora Power Region 1 West Java. First, I will explain about PT Haleopora Power Region 1 West Java. PT Haleopora Power 1 West Java was established to anticipate the dynamics of business change faced by PLN or State Electricity Company. Haleora Power is direct to manage the business of electricity sales, which in the future is expected to be more competitive through the development of electricity supply with special service and tariffs, so as to reduce subsidies. Along with the development of the times, organizations are required to manage the knowledge that is owed to gain a competitive and innovative advantage in order to compete. One of the factors that determine the success and failure on an organization is human resource, where human resource in the company are employee, which is the main factor driving the achievement of the company's goals. Therefore, the company must manage the performance of its employee well. The performance PT Haleora Power employees has not been optimal, as evidenced by the work that has not reached the target set by the company. Muheriono 2012 said employee performance can be influenced by various factors, one of which is knowledge owned by human resource. In order for employees to think critically and creatively, sharing activities can help individuals in the organization, so that the organization obtains knowledge that is useful for the company. Here, organization has an important role to encourage its employees to do knowledge sharing activities. The knowledge sharing process conducted by PT Haleora Power Region 1 West Java is done online and offline. In an interview with SPP Hardy and General, he mentioned that in its implementation, not all employees participate in briefing activities, where the briefing is one of the media used offline, because the company does not require its employees to participate in briefing activity, as well as the lack of willingness of the employee themselves. Other media used in the knowledge sharing process are seminars, workshops, and trainings that are followed according to needs, but currently only held for managerial position only. This shows that most employees still have employees who do not want to share their knowledge with colleagues in both one organization and co-workers from another organization. From the background description of the problem above can be drawn a formulation of the problem as follows. First, how is knowledge sharing in PT Haleora Power Region 1 West Java? Second, how are the employees performing at PT Haleora Power Region 1 West Java? Next is how much influence does knowledge sharing have on the personal performance of employee in last, how much influence does knowledge sharing have on the performance of employees simultaneously in PT Haleora Power Region 1 West Java? Okay, let's move on to the next slide, which is the basis of sharing. Rafaela in Budiharjo 2016 defines knowledge management by challenging collective policies to improve security and innovation. According to Bergon in Budiharjo 2017 suggests that knowledge management approach consists of a basic component, namely acquisition, modification, use, storage, transfer, translator, access, and disposal. Knowledge sharing is included in one of the 8 basic components of knowledge management present by Bergeron. Mitchell in Budiharjo 2017 says knowledge sharing is process of discussion, exchanging ideas such as in terms of know what and know how, so as to enable the company to remain highly competitive. According to Hoff and Reader in Hidayatunisaa 2014, there are 2 knowledge sharing activities, namely is knowledge donating and is an activity performed by someone to communicate the intellectual model they have in order to transfer the intellectual capital to other individuals, and knowledge collecting is the activity of a person in another individual to obtain an intellectual model owned by someone. Hoff and Reader also explain that knowledge collecting and knowledge donating each has 2 dimensions or the same sub-variable that are within department and outside department. Martoyo Narmodo and Waji and Caldo 2016 said employers' performance is the result of work over a certain period compared to various possibilities such as standard targets or mutually agreed goals or criteria. Bernardine and Russell in Priyansa 2017 start that can be judged from employers, namely quality, quantity, timelines, cost, effectiveness, supervision, needs, and interpersonal influence. The next slide is the research method. The research methodology used in the study is quantitative method with descriptive research type. The population in the study was a permanent employee of PT Halero Power Region 1 with Java, which amounts to 13 employees. In the study, the sample was taken using a non-probability sampling technique with a certiorari sample of 13 employees. The scale used in the questionnaire used a Likert scale, where there are 4 answers consisting of very low to very high. The collection technique in the study were conducted in several ways, namely through the dissemination of questionnaires, informal interview to SPP, RD, and General PT Haleora Power Region 1 West Java, and through library studies to obtain reference from various literature that can support this research. And the data analysis technique used is multiple linear regression with the help of SPSS 25. Results of research. In this research, knowledge sharing is described into 2 dimensions, namely knowledge donating and knowledge collecting. Here we can see in the table variable knowledge donating has a percentage of 88.06%, which belongs to the category is very high. This shows that employee of PT Haleora Power Region 1 One West Java have implemented knowledge donating very well. The knowledge collecting as a whole is in a very high category. This is indicated by the overall value obtained by knowledge collecting is 86.94%. This means that PT Haliora Power Region 1 West Java has implemented knowledge collecting very well. So the average of knowledge sharing gained a percentage of 86.25%, which belong to the very high category. This indicates that the entire knowledge sharing process conducted at PT Haliora Power Region 1 West Java has been classified as good and worthy to be mentioned of development. Overall, employee performance is a very high category. This is indicated by overall value of employee performance variable of 89.86%. This means that PT Haliora Power Region 1 West Java has implemented all 6 dimensions of employee performance very well. In the table of the test results, T showed that variable knowledge donating positively and significantly affect the employee performance of PT Haliora Power Region 1 West Java, and variable knowledge collecting also show the same result. Next, we can see in the table of test result if the results show that the variables of knowledge sharing is knowledge donating and knowledge collecting simultaneously positively affect the performance of employees. The result of this test show that 65% of employee performance is influenced by knowledge sharing, as knowledge donating and knowledge collecting, while the remaining 13.5% was influenced by other variables that were not studied in this study. Next, so from the result of the research that I have described before, then we can drive conclusion as follow. So that is all about my presentation. Sorry if there was mistake, and thank you so much for your great attention. Bye.
Thank you. Quite interesting topic, especially about knowledge sharing, because right now a lot of organizations realize how important it is for the employees to share the experience to others employees in order to improve their performance, and also at the end is the organization itself. So next, I will call also the video presentation also for the paper titled "The Influence of Organizational Culture and Knowledge Sharing on Employees' Performance of Indonesia Bureau of Logistics Head Office." Let's watch this together.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, before I start, allow me to thank you, iRandau, and everyone here for the time given to me. My name is Fania Melody Pramesti as the main author of this paper. I am from Business Administration Program, Faculty of Communication and Business, Telkom University, Indonesia. On this occasion, I will present a paper entitled "The Influence of Organizational Culture and Knowledge Sharing and Employee Performance of Indonesia Bureau of Logistics, or known as BULOG, Head Office." So let me begin. Introduction. We live in the era of globalization with the current industrial world and increasingly sophisticated technological advances. Human resources are required to be able to work skillfully, professionally, and with quality. Indonesia Bureau of Logistics, or known as BULOG, is a state-owned public company engaged in food logistics. As a company engaged in the distribution of food, this company is required to work effectively. Labor is very important as a factor that supports the production of both company goods and services to meet personal and community needs. So, a mechanism that able to optimize the various components of the existing research in order to regulate and improve human research is needed. Trianto 2020. One of the factors that influence the success of company is employee performance. Harseco said, performance is the extent to which a person has implemented the company's strategy in achieving specific goals related to their respective roles or by demonstrating relevant competencies for the company. Ardi, Asuti, and Sulistyo on 2017. Later on, based on employees' data of attendance and tardiness related to time discipline, it shows that employees are not disciplined yet to be present on time at office hours. This is supported by the result of distributing pre-questionnaire sheets to 15 employees. It is known that there is a phenomenon on employee performance that has not been maximized as desired by the company. Meanwhile, Iksan on 2016 said one of the factors that influence performance is organizational culture. Facio defines organizational culture as the value and norms that exist in an organization and become a belief which is then taught to workers in the future. Sari 2017. Organizational culture influences the implementation of knowledge sharing in a company to improve employee performance. According to Lumen Tobin, the core that supports the successful implementation of the entire knowledge management process is knowledge sharing, because without the practice of sharing, the learning process and additional knowledge will be difficult to channel. Andra and Utami 2018. Based on the pre-questionnaire conducted, it is known that the application of organizational culture and the implementation of knowledge sharing by employees has not met expectations of the company, which also reduces the employee performance. So employees still need to improve and develop on related variables in carrying out their work. The purpose of this study is to determine and analyze the influence of organizational culture and knowledge sharing on employee performance at the Bulog head office. So here's the literature review consisting of 4 elements such as human resource management, organizational culture, and knowledge sharing. On the human resource management, I adopted a theory from Sudarmayanti on 2017 that said human resource management is the process of utilizing human resource through planning, mobilizing, and controlling all failures to become the strength to achieve company goals effectively and efficiently. And for the organizational culture, I adapted Edgar Shay's theory on Osaka's journal in 2020 that said organizational culture is a pattern of basic assumptions that exists in a particular group because it understands the problem of external adaptation and internal integration, which works well to be considered and taught to new members in a way that is well perceived, thought, and felt right concerning the problem. As in knowledge sharing, Momentum states that knowledge sharing is a systematic process in sending, distributing, and disseminating multidimensional knowledge and context from a person or organization to others in need through various methods and media. And employee performance. Savitri, Supriyanto, and Sultani in 2018 said that performance is defined as the results of work that employees get from every effort made in carrying out their duties, and this result can be judged from the quality and quantity. Research method. The type of research used in this research is qualitative research. And the measurement scale used to measure the statement instruments and the questionnaire of this study is the Likert scale with a sample of 85 respondents. In addition, the data analysis techniques used is descriptive analysis, classical assumption test, multiple linear analysis, hypothesis testing, and the coefficients of determination using IBM SPSS version 23 as a tool in the data processing. So here's the result and discussion of this paper. The following table on the left is the summary of respondents' response to the questionnaire distributed. On the organizational culture, with the failure percentage of 85.06% is in the very good category. Knowledge sharing score is 79.84% and is in the good category. For the employee performance, the failure percentage is 83.79% and in a good condition. Then, as you can see on the right is the calculation of coefficient determination. As you can see, the result is 74. The influence of independent variable consisting of organizational culture and knowledge sharing on the dependent variable, namely employee performance, is 74%. It means that this research is proven through the percentage value result of the determination, while the remaining 26% is influenced by other factors that are not examined in this study. And here's the conclusion. Based on the results of data processing and analysis that have been stated previously, as well as that there's a significant partial influence of organizational culture and knowledge sharing on the performance of employees at the Bullock head office. Then the organizational culture and knowledge sharing simultaneously have a significant influence on the employee performance at the Bullock head office equals to 74%. And lastly, there are other variables that may affect employee performance at the Bullock head office that can be explored in the future research. So this is the end of my presentation. Apologize if there are shortcomings in delivery. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.
Thank you for watching. So this is the also interesting story about human resource management, which is how organizational culture and knowledge influence employees' performance, which is in this study is quite high, which is 74%. For the next video presentation is for the paper titled "The Impact of Social Media Influencer on Purchase Decision Mediated by Brand Image Variable on Metro Watch Product." Let's watch together.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I start, I want to say thank you to iRandau and everyone who is in the conference today. I'm Efirifda Putri from Telkom University. I will present the result of the study. The title is "The Impact of Social Media Influencer on Purchase Decision Mediated by Brand Image Variable on Matwa Watch Product." Introduction. Purchase intention is the magnitude of the possibility for consumer to buy an item or service and to desire to own the goods or service. Purchase intention in Maybelline lipstick product by Christian Trenggana 2020 show the buying interest is in product is a concern from research. This study discussed about Matwa Indonesia, which is a pioneer of the wooden watches in Indonesia, which is currently active on social media, especially on Instagram, to shape the perception of followers when viewing content in the form of photo or information about the product. Saying the interest in buying Matwa, which is the quiet high by product of 1,500 units of a month. PT Matua Indonesia get a turnover around 1 billion rupiah for a month. Since the emergence of the one competitors, the namely is Garfinus, the level of purchase intention Matua watch product has decreased significantly in buying interest. Matua Indonesia pay attention to the social media influencer promotion strategy, which is currently booming, giving a considerable influence on buying product. Lim et al. 2017 state the social media influencer who have high expertise and attractiveness and concern in more influencer on the behavior of followers, so that it can affect the buying interest of consumer. One of the advantage of using social media influencer as a medium for promoting product is business people will easily interact with consumer who have high potential to buy, because social media influencer have their own charm when promoting product that will shape the perception of followers on social media. In this study, brand image act as mediator or indirect relationship of social media influencer to buying interest. Brand image is an intrinsic trait owned by everyone towards a product or service, which is reflected through association or customer memories. The image of brand can be implemented using marketing communication activities through social media influencers so that can increase buying products. As well, research conducted by Nugraha and Fahmi 2018, which state that there are several factors can be shape the brand image of a product, namely strength association, favorability association, and uniqueness association, so that can have an influence on social media purchase intention. And then this is the literature. The first is social media influencer. Social media influencer represented a new type of independent third-party endorser to shape audience behavior through blogs, tweets, and the use social media channels. By McCracken in Rahmi and Ismail 2017. Social media influencers are internet users who accumulated relatively large followers on blog social media through textual and visual narrative of personal life and lifestyle by utilizing followers in the digital space. Social media influencer integrated a product or service through posting on the personal social media news. Abidin 2016. And the second is brand image. Brand image is a form association and the belief consumer towards a particular brand. Brand image is observation held by consumer which is reflected through association or consumer memories. Kiptono 2015. Brand image can be described as the extrinsic nature of the product or service. Brand image can also be categorized as a way how the brand tries to meet the psychological or social needs of customers. And the last is purchase intention. Purchase intention, how likely the consumer to be able to buy brand the service, or how likely the consumer be able to choose from one brand of another of interest. Baneka et al. 2016. Research and methodology. On this research, usually use quantitative and descriptive methods. The independent variable is social media influencer, which measure source credibility, source attractiveness, product mashup, and meaning transfer by McCracken and Rahmi Ismail. Brand image is mediating variable, which is strength association, favorability association, and uniqueness association. And the last is purchase intention as a dependent variable measured by four dimensions: transactional interest, reference interest, preference interest, and explorative interest. The population in this study are followers from Matua Instagram, sample of 400 respondents. The sampling technique on the study is non-probability sampling with the path analysis method. Result and discussion. On the table, we know social media influencers are in the good category, brand image in a good category, purchase intention in a good category. On the Sobel test, we know the results show the indirectly social media influencer have a significant effect on purchase intention mediated by brand image. Conclusion, social media influencers are in a good category. They show the source credibility, source attractiveness, product mashup, and meaning transfer on social media of product. Watch Matoa been considered good as a medium promoted and provide information about Matoa watch product by respondent. And then brand image in a good category. This show the strength association, favorability association, and uniqueness association of Matoa watch product as a dimension of brand image on Matoa product considered good for respondent. Purchase intention in a good category. This show the respondent have a good interest in Matoa, which is a good transactional interest, referential interest, preferential interest, and explorative interest. And the last is social media influencers have a significant effect on purchase intention on Matoa product. Social media influencers have significant effect on brand image. Brand image has significant effect on purchase intention, and social media influencers have significant indirect effect on purchase intention mediated by brand image. Okay, thank you for attention. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. So the paper is about how influencer can influence people to purchase product, especially well-known products. So influencer in brand image is the two. If they can mix together, it is the better for the business persons. Okay, we move to the next video presentation also. For the paper title, The Effects of Event Visual Impact Circle Isaac Bandung on the Awareness about Sustainable Development Goals on Students in Bandung City. Let's watch.
So, good morning everyone. First of all, I want to thank everyone, especially iRandau and Telkom University for giving me the chance to take part in the conference. Before we start, I want to introduce myself. My name is Alsafina Ramadanti as the main author of this paper. I'm also a student in communication and business, specifically in digital public relations major in Telkom University, Indonesia. In these occasions, I will present a paper titled The Effect of the Event Virtual Impact Circle Isaac Bandung on the Awareness about Sustainable Development Goals on Students in Bandung City. In this era, digital media communication has increased and varied. Everyone in this world is present with a new reality, namely the COVID-19 pandemic, which disrupts every aspect of human life and causes quite tragic consequence for everyone. One of the consequences is the lack of social interaction because of the health protocol that require the public and everyone to social distancing. Nowadays, with the help of technology, it is easier to communicate with each other in a wider reach and all around the world. Information is also very easy to disseminate and can be accessed at any time. All activities and events that are usually carried out face-to-face, starting from work, education, or any other non-formal activities such as events, have to be in an online format. Isaac in Bandung is one of the facilitators that created a webinar event called the Virtual Impact Circle. The purpose of the event itself is to provide awareness about sustainable development goals. In the short term, it is clear that COVID-19 is a significant threat to world progress, especially Indonesia in improving the SDGs. I see that since this pandemic, much of the world's work has not been complete to improve the situation. The current crisis has exposed many risks and vulnerabilities in all economics, social, and environmental systems around us. Data obtained from the Sustainable Development Report in 2020 shows that Indonesia occupies in the 101st position out of 166 countries. Although there is an increase in the ranking, which was previously in the 102nd position, there are still many unfinished works to achieve the SDGs. Therefore, I see that to create awareness about SDGs, all parties from various aspects in the country must contribute, including students. Students plays a big role to achieve the SDGs. Students must be able to become the agents of change by using their social capability by going directly to the environment around them. The first step that students can take is to acknowledge the importance of the Sustainable Development Goals. However, based on the results of the pre-research that I conduct in this study, it shows that from the 50 students respondents in Bandung, 82% of them do not know about the meaning and purpose of Sustainable Development Goals. This proves that it is true that awareness of the SDGs is still very low among students. So, this study proposes is intending to know whether the existence of the virtual impact circle event can affect students by increasing their understanding and knowledge about the Sustainable Development Goals so they are aware the importance of it. So now I'm going to talk about the literature review on this paper. This paper consisting two elements, which is event and awareness. This paper used the quantitative method as well as questionnaires to collect the primary data. And the population in the study were college students in the city of Bandung who attend the virtual impact circle event organized by ISAC in Bandung, which had approximately 800 audience. The sample of this research involved 100 respondents consisting 41 males and 59 females who ranged in age from 17 to 22 years old. In selecting participants, purposive sampling was employed, while the independent variable of this research was event. The dependent one is awareness. So, as you can see from the picture, there were actually 18 statements that represent dimension uniqueness, perishability, intangibility, and personal interactions. The first dimension of event is uniqueness. It received in a very good category by obtaining a percentage of 81.6%, so it can be concluded that the virtual impact circle event succeed in providing uniqueness in attracting the attention of students in Bandung City. They agreed that virtual impact circle has a clear purpose and has its own characteristics. They interested in attending the event because the speakers are influential people in their fields, and the event met their expectation. Second, it can be seen that from the perishability dimensions, the virtual impact circle event gets a good category by getting a percentage of 79.6%. This finding shows that the facilities of the virtual impact circle has been held are in accordance with the needs of the students. The third dimension is intangibility, because it can only be felt by visitors. A successful event is to provide a pleasant experience. However, the use of good audio and visual quality as well as creating a good atmosphere can change the visitor perception of the experience they feel. This finding shows that the intangibility gets a very good category with a percentage of 82.5%. The last dimension is personal interaction, where visitors can interact actively and play an important role in the success of the event. Based on the results that has been carried out in this study, personal interaction dimensions obtain a good category with a percentage of 85%. The overall value of the event variable event is 82%. This result indicates that the majority of the respondents considered that Isaac Bandung City reached a very good category regarding the effectiveness of the X variable against the W variable. Okay, now the second picture is the dimensions of awareness. Dimension of awareness was described by the respondents' answers. In the questionnaire, there were 12 statements that represent the three levels of awareness, namely perception, comprehension, and projection. Okay, so in the first level of awareness is perception. At this stage, students have their own views about what they know and see about sustainable development goals. It can be seen from the results of the study that the perception of the students attending a virtual impact circle event in a very good category, with a percentage of 83%. The second level awareness is comprehension. At this stage, it is hoped that by attending the virtual impact circle event, there will also be an increase in understanding of the topics presented by speakers. In the study, it shows that the students' comprehension reach the percentage of 81%. Lastly, projection. It is referred to when students' knowledge about SDGs and understands the importance of it. And then they will think further about the future and starting to create plans to achieve it. So it can be seen that the data obtained, that projection level in students after attending virtual impact circle is in a very good category with a percentage of 78.5%. So we can conclude that from the research that I conduct, that students already have an understanding about the importance of sustainable development goals after attending the event, and this knowledge make them have the motivation to contribute and participate in other programs based on to achieve the goals of the SDGs. So we can conclude that virtual impact circle event variable has a very positive and significant effect on awareness about sustainable development goals among students in Bandung. So event can be implemented as a strategy to create more awareness about any information, especially among students. So it already reached the end of my presentation. I thank you all for listening and for having your attention. I'm sorry if there are still a lot of mistakes. Thank you.
Welcome. So interesting how virtual right now. We are moving to the virtual in a virtual world. So for the next video presentation, for the paper titled "The Influence of Service Quality on Price on Cost and Price." Okay, the influence of service quality and price on customer satisfaction on Satay Taichan Restaurant, Sihun, Bandung.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's a honor to be presented at this International Journal Seminar iRandau 2021. I am Mutifida Hairunisa as the first author of the Business Administration Study Program, Faculty of Business Communication. The title of this paper is The Influence of Service Quality and Price on Customer Satisfaction on Satay Taichan Restaurant Sahah Bandung. The food and beverage industry is an industry that has a great opportunity to continue to grow, including in Indonesia. According to Ministry of Industry 2017, the food and beverage industry averaged 9.5% per year, while the overall economy only grew by 5%. This is because the food and bakery industry has a strong, competitive, and diverse variety. One of the metropolitan cities in Indonesia, which is known as a city of lot of creativity and default fault and preference culinary, is the city of Bandung. The city of Bandung is famous for spicy food. One of spicy is Taishan satay. One of the UMKM that established the spicy satay Taishan culinary business in the Satay Taishan Saha restaurant in Bandung. This restaurant uses spicy chili sauce on the satay without using peanut sauce or soy sauce as usual. This restaurant is also one of Taichan satay restaurants that take advantage of current social media development because it offers its product online through to Instagram platform, as well as through the GoFood and GrabFood application. Service quality. According to Ciptono, service quality is a dynamic condition that is closely related to product, service, human resource, as well as process and the environment that can at least meet or even extend the expense service quality. Quality of service is an effort to fulfill needs, fulfill customer desire, and the accuracy of delivery method in order to meet the expectation and satisfaction of this customer. If the service received is approved or can meet what is expected, then the service is said good or positive. Price. According to Kotler and Armstrong in Prianza, price is the amount of value that customer exchange for the benefits of owning of using a product whose value is determined by the buyer and seller at the beginning or is set by the seller the same price to all buyers. Customer satisfaction. According to Venice Chiptona, there are four methods in measuring customer satisfaction, namely the complaint and suggest system, ghost shopping, lost customer analysis, customer satisfaction survey. This research used quantitative method with descriptive and causal research types. Sampling was done by non-probability sampling method purpose sampling, with the number of respondents as many as 100 people. The data analysis technique used descriptive analysis and multiple linear regression analysis. Independent variable in this study, the independent variable are service quality and price. And dependent variable in this study, the dependent variable is customer satisfaction. In measuring the operational variable in this study, the scale of instrument used is the Langen scale. Result and discussion using validity test, reliability test, multicollinearity test, heteroscedasticity test, multiple linear regression analysis, hypothesis testing, and coefficient of determinant analysis show that the R value is 0, 7, 8, 8, and R square is 0, 6, 2, 1. This figure is used to see the magnitude of the influence quality of service and price on customer satisfaction simulation. Preferentially regarding the variable of service quality and price on customer satisfaction at Resto Satay Taichan Saha Bandung. Conclusion can be drawn which is expense to provide answer the problem formulated in this study are followed. 1. The quality of service from Resto Satay Taichan Saha Bandung is included in the very good category. 2. Price at the Satay Taichan Saha restaurant in Bandung are included in the very good category. 3. Customer satisfaction from Resto Satay Taichan Saha Bandung is included in the very good category. 4. Quality service portrayal has a significant effect on customer satisfaction at Resto Satay Taichan Saha Bandung. 5. Price portrayal has a significant effect on customer satisfaction at Resto Satay Taichan Saha Bandung. Okay, this is my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So when we heard the word satay, now we have especially the spicy one. Okay, we move to the next presenter. I think this is the live presentation. I would like to call The presenter for paper social interaction process virtual level player is Squad Kaden via media social Twitter. The author for this paper is Nisa Ramadati and Gayus Mahestu. Who are the presenter for this paper? Please identify yourself. So I'm not sure. Okay. Still waiting. If not, Dr. Modin will proceed because his presentation just now is halfway and we promised to him that he's going to present the last. Okay, Dr. Modin, I think you can proceed while we are waiting for the last presenter from Telkom University if she available for the presentation later. You can proceed.
Okay, let me check first the connection, and then can you hear me?
Yes.
Can okay. Okay. I will start with my presentation. Okay, this is the second round. Okay, now you can see my slide. Can Sorry, you can see my slide. Can you respond to me?
Yes, yeah, we can see your slide.
Yes, we can see your slide.
Can Okay, I proceed. Thank you, Ram. First of all, and apologies because my area really not with full action at the moment. Okay, let me say once again, thank you very much for the committee to invite me for the second time. Okay, thank you for the moderator. Okay, now I start to share my paper regarding on the Penang community satisfaction toward infrastructure facilities case study at Murum resettlement site at Balaga, Sarawak. And myself, Modin Ambao. Okay, now I start with my presentation. Okay, introduction. Repeat again. The second one, objective. The third one is the study site methodology, and the fourth, result and discussion, and number five, conclusion, and last list is question and answer if any. Okay, uh, let's start with the introduction. Okay, room dam is the second dam area at the moment. It completed construct 2008 and complete 01. During that time, a lot of community there need to remove or relocate to the new area. Okay, the process relocate start on 013 with 6 villages of the Danung and Peliran valleys were relocated to make way for the Murum Dam. 335 Penang households, which consists of 1,000 of 304 Penans from that area were relocated to the Murum resettlement site. Okay, out of that, 192 households, which consists of 735 Penan from Long Tangau, Long Singu, Long Menapa, and Long Wa were relocated to the Metalun resettlement site, while 143 households, which consists of 569 Penan, Long Wat, and Long Malim, were relocated to the Tegulang resettlement site. Means that they have a two resettlement site there, namely Metalun in Tegulang. Okay, as you know, moving to the new residential area is not easy. You are forced to adapt to the place socially, economically, and psychologically as well. That's the reason why the government has come up with a different approach to help the Penans during the relocation process to ensure the moving process went on easier for the Penans. One of the efforts providing as ample infrastructure facilities to the community. Providing infrastructure facility to the community and the resettlement area was not only as a way to ease their living condition, but also as compensation for agreeing to locate to the MRS, Murum resettlement sites. The quality of the facility is vital and should be in line with the community socioeconomic needs, besides ensuring they are satisfied and feel worthwhile for sacrificing towards Murum Dam. Okay, this is the objective of the study. There are three objectives of the study. Okay, and number one is to examine the satisfaction of the community towards infrastructure facility at Murum resettlement sites. The second one, to investigate the satisfaction level towards the selected infrastructure facility at Murum resettlement sites. And third, to determine the performance of satisfaction level between the selected infrastructure facility. Okay, list table number one show the list of infrastructure facility assessed. I think my previous presentation until this slide, I think. Okay, the 10 facilities. Number one is size of the house, quality of material of the house. The third one, clean water resources, electricity supply, road accessibility, education facility, health facility, communication facility, sport facility, and religious facility. This 10 as the main construct for the study. Okay, I can share here some of the picture, sport facility and that resettlement area, accessibility, communications, and school education. Okay, the study area in the Sarawak, here is the Sarawak map, if you can see here. Okay, Bintulu is here, you can see, and the study site is here. It's quite far. Okay, from the Bintulu. Okay, this one is the area of settlement sites. It's not far from the Bakun. Also they have a dam also here. Okay, here is the Tegulang resettlement site. Okay, Tegulang resettlement site. Approximately 70 km from the junction of Tulu Bakun Highway. It took about 5 to 6 hours from Tulu travel by land, 5 to 6 hours. Okay, well, Metalun is here. Is furthermore, Metalun is took about 7 to 8 hours from Bintulu, approximately around 300 kilometers from Bintulu. Okay, this is study site, if you can see here, near to the boundary Malaysia, Indonesia. Okay, the question A, design based on the following scale, very dissatisfied, neutral, satisfied, and very satisfied. And the respondent from 269 hit of each household in Metalun and Tegulang reside. Okay, you can see in the table, Long Mentapa 32 respondent, Long Lua 45, Long Tangau 28, Long Singo 51, Long Malim 41, Long Wat 72, and total 269 respondent. Okay, this the data was processed using SPSS. The summary of the result for the 10 main constructs. If you can see there, the size of the house based on score 3.62, quality of material of the house 3.71, clean water resources 2.91, electricity supply 3.30, road accessibility 2.04, education facility 3.14, health facility 2.09, communication facility 2.87, sport facility 3.49, and religious facility 3.78. Okay, the mean score was compared with a certain rank based on alias to know the level of the mean score. If you see there, from the result, there are no result very low or very high. The satisfaction level fall in the low, medium, and high, which low 2 facilities, medium 3 facilities, and height of 5 facilities. Okay, and for the mean score for facility from the highest to the lowest rank, we want to look the performance, compare each other. If you can see there, okay, the highest is this facility, which 3.78. Okay, the second is quality material of the house, 0.71. Okay, followed by size, sport facility, and the lowest is healthy and healthy, which healthy 2.0 and versus very low. The scores because the very lowest for this item because at that area there are clinics there and they need go down to the nearest town, go to the Belaga or Sungai Asap to get their service for the health service. Okay, this is the result, and I can share with you. This is just at the certain villages there. You can see, and then the long house there at the resettlement site in the long what, and this is one of the room at the long house. Okay, this is a kitchen room. I say. Okay, you can see here some of the facility and the resettlement site. Futsal at the Long Singu is quite very nice. Football field at the Long Singu, and this classroom at SK Tegulang. Okay, this one is a classroom at SK Metalun. They have a school at each resettlement site. Okay, this is connectivity for the internet at the area. Okay, the water storage resources and electric pole at the assessment sites. There are 24 hours electric there, and this is the powerhouse at Long Menapa to supply the electric. Okay, this is the road link into the area. Okay, this is the main road. Last time this one is the logging road, now convert into the oil palm because mostly of the area was converted into oil palm or the forest plantation at the area. Okay, this road leading into the village inside the resettlement area. It's very poor there. Okay, but inside the area, inside the village, the road very good, very well. If you can say in the picture, okay, okay. I think that's all from the study. We can conclude the positive aspect that we can find from the area is the study concluded the majority of the Penan was satisfied with the resettlement program facility and infrastructure such as the religious, house, sport, and education facility. While they also have a negative aspect and negative review from the community, the health care and the road system should be improved immediately because this is the major constraint to the community. Okay, this the results, and thank you. And have any question? Okay, thank you, moderator, and to you for the floor to give me one more opportunity to share my study in this conference. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Modin. If you have question, you can ask later.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the last presenter.
Okay.
I think from Telecom University for the paper title Social Interaction. Okay, Dr. Modin, now if we have question, we will ask at the end of the session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So the last, I want to know, do we have the last presenter for paper social interaction process visual level players role player in squad cadence via media social Twitter? Supposed to be this is the live presentation, not a video presentation. Waiting. No taker. If not, I think we can proceed for the Q&A session. Okay. Okay, I think we need to proceed to the thank you to all the presenter. Okay, for those who have to present twice due to the connection problem, and for the video presentations and the topics, which is quite interesting topic for the management. Now we open for Q&A if available, or if available, or we collect earlier. I think we have one questions for the first presenter, I think. Okay. The question is from Dr. Sobhi to Dr. Nurul Hidayu. Salam, Dr. Nurul Hidayu. Why use factor loading more than 0.05, not 0.07? The current books by Hare in 2017 use 0.7. Thank you. I hope Dr. Hidayu can answer these questions, clarify.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sobihi, for your questions. Okay, actually, I'm not the expertise of this kind of analysis, but I try to answer according to my understanding. Okay, we use cutoff 0.5 because in this study, we have a major modification of the instrument like translation, English to Malay, since our respondent among Malaysian, which is operator in the electronics manufacturing. So that's why we follow 0.5 rather than 0.7.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nurul Hidayu.
Okay, so any recommendation from Dr. Sobhi?
For me, actually, for the current time, because this study, I think you have done this this year or last year or where?
No, 2015.
2015. Okay. So the previous book by Hare et al. Is 2014.
Yes.
So therefore, I think the best practice is to use the current threshold value, because this is to show the not the acceptable level, but the I think for the manufacturing it should be for the practitioner. So to practice, maybe we need to use the higher indication for it. Okay, so the best way maybe, because why you use the threshold value 0.5, but the value that you get for your from your study is above 0.7, I think.
Okay.
That's very good. The indicator shows it's very good, and it is can be practically used in the manufacturing. Okay, but just change the threshold value from 0.5 to 0.7. That's it. I think it's better. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sabi, for your recommendations. Very
You're welcome.
Any questions for the last presenter or any presenter that we have? We wait if there are questions, or we just remember we want to ask any of the presenter, especially live presenter, because they are available to answer the questions. I think there is no question yet. Okay. If not, I think we reach to the end of the session. I think I need to end of the session. Thank you for your cooperation and participation in this session. And on behalf of the organizer, I apologize for any weaknesses and mistakes during the session. I hope to see you again in the next iRandau. Either it is virtually or we can see face to face. I hope we can meet again in the future. So I hand over to Ashikin.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the informative session, Dr. Ariati. Thank you to all presenters for very interesting topics. So next, we'd like to honor our invited institutional panelists today with this token of appreciation as an expression of our gratitude. We are going to ship these tokens after the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, let us take a screenshot session with our invited panelists. So our event participants, presenters and committee members on Zoom, please, you may turn on your webcams and smile to the camera. Everyone ready? Okay. All right, that's great. Thank you, everyone. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that sums up our first day of iRandau 2021. On behalf of the organizing committee, we thank you for taking your time to join us today on our first day iRandau 2021. Our next session of iRandau 2021 will commence tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Malaysia time. So thank you and see you tomorrow on our second day of iRandau 2021. Thank you and have a nice day.
you.